By Tom VanGundy. Tom VanGundy is in the Hall of Fame class of 2007. This is Mr. David Currey.
Thank you and good evening. I've been instructed to move this along because the 68 teams, the Geritol starting to kick in. We're starting at those ones. They get going here before. And I need to respond to Mark's, when he talked about he didn't get his name in the paper very often. He didn't have the technique that I developed. When they put me on the defensive team, I thought this was exciting. Well, they put me over on Stevenson's side and Ben Herrera's side, and Mark and Ben were like arguably the two best defensive players in the league. So I'm like, this is cool. So, what do you want me to do, coach? What do you want me to do? He goes, stay out of their way and don't get hurt. So I developed this technique as they were making the tackle. I would come flying in, dive on top of the pile, grab their jersey so the spotter would only see tackle by number 11. Kids playing a game. So if you do that, you get your paper, you'll be okay. And I just love evenings like this because you can just feel the greatness in the air, the great athletes, the great administration, the great school. And like Lorenzo Booker said last year, when you step onto this campus, you become a member of the St. Bonaventure family. And once you are, you're a member of that family forever. And you can look at some of the gray hairs and the bald heads around here to see that it's still true. When you get asked to do something like this for somebody like Dave Currey, you spend a lot of time thinking, analyzing, writing, paraphrasing, researching, and you just come to the realization it's not going to come out just right. How do you put into words what this man did for the team of that year? You rewrite, and you rewrite, and it still doesn't come out correct. There are no words to describe or encapsulate what he did for that team. What he did just may be impossible to do again. Coach Currey moved, touched, and inspired each one of us in a different way. He knew how to yell at us, and he knew how to pamper us. He knew when to challenge us, and he knew when to console us. Sometimes I wonder if he was there to coach football at all, or was he there just to develop our character. We could see at last night's game Coach Curry's signature on all the players that were there. He came to a school with a student population of about 380 and left a powerhouse high school called St. Francis in Pasadena. The assistant coaches there were almost guaranteed a shot at a Division I school sooner or later. So for him to come to Bonaventure was really a show of courage and integrity as to what his intentions were. The school at that time was being picketed by some parents and students because a prior coach had been let go. And he walked onto the campus anyway. Against all football protocol, he took a quarterback that had just set the county passing record as a freshman and made him a halfback. Took him out of the quarterback position and made him a halfback and put in some herky-jerky JV quarterback that didn't know anything. And who in this room would take Peyton Manning and make him a slot back? It just doesn't happen. But somehow he knew something was going to go right. Something special would happen. Who also comes to a beach community high school and tells his players, don't go to the beach? Now we know Coach Little was the one taking everybody to the beach. In his commitment to develop our character, he ordered us to buzz cut our hair. Now, this, like Dave said before, it was '67, the Beatles, the Doors, Jimi Hendrix, and we had gorgeous, gorgeous hair at that time. long hair, mini afros, bleached blonde hair. Oh, it was gorgeous. He walked into the room and ordered us to buzz cut it off. I've got so much character now. I've used this quote before to describe Coach Currey, and I'll use it again. Fame is a vapor, popularity an accident, riches take wings, character endures. I see the players he coached, and I see the lives he touched. I believe in the character he developed in all. The character to be not only winners, but to be champions. And that will endure for generations. And as I said before, he left St. Bonaventure, went to Stanford, and coached 2 Rose Bowls. And rumor has it that he wanted to move Jim Plunkett to slot back also. From there he went to the University of Cincinnati, where he had the courage to schedule Penn State. Now, University of Cincinnati at that time is not what they're doing now. And it was a last-second field goal, I believe, that Penn State won the game. Went to Long Beach State, UCLA, and currently the athletic director at Chapman University. But back in the day, he was voted Ventura County Sportsman of the Year in 1968. At age 24, he was the youngest coach ever to win a CIF football championship. He was voted Coach of the Year by the Helms Foundation and Coach of the Year by the Southern California Coaches Association. And lastly, St. Bonaventure was the first Ventura team to ever win a CIF football championship, all because of Dave Currey. It is a great honor to be a